Hello, this is just going to be a short video, just an overview of this rig that I have created in Blender. It's actually the first proper rig I've done in a very long time, and the first rig I've done not following any tutorials or anything, and I've got full controls and custom bone shapes and everything. So all I've got to do now is just animate the guy. But this is just going to be a basic run through of the rig, the character, and what the different bones do. So I tried to make it as self-explanatory as I could. So looking at these bone shapes and not looking at what bones they control and everything, you see a big base bone here. This bone, like most other rigs, you have a base bone, and this controls the entire character. So whatever pose it's in, this will just move the whole guy and his bones and whatever might be part of his body to wherever you put it. So moving up from that, we've got in the feet. You see we've got this kind of main great big loopy foot bone that covers the whole base of the foot, the sole of the foot, and this basically works as a leg control. So it's quite obvious what it does. You can move it anywhere. You can also stretch it, but I don't intend to be using that stretching myself, but it might come in handy someday, you never know. And then moving up from there, you've got two bones in the actual foot itself. You've got this little bone here, which is a toe bone, so you can see that moves just the front of the foot, the toe. And then you've got this big kind of rectangular block thing that rotates everything but the toe. So that would be if he was tapping his heel, and this would be if he was tapping his toe. The next bones up from there are these two controls for the knees. So these control which way the knees are pointing. So when he's not posed, you can't really see it properly. But if I move his leg somewhere, so say I'm trying to make him run, and I do that, and I look at him from the side, it looks, oh fine. Look at it from the front, and his knee's a bit wonky. I can use this to change where it's pointing, which is quite useful, and it's the same on the other side. Then we've got, I hope this looks vaguely like hips. I was kind of going for hips, but it looks more like a heart with two eyes. It's a bit weird, but this basically controls his hips, which is good if he wants to do body dancing. It also crouches and moves his legs down, and also his arms and his head, so that would be good if he was preparing for a jump or something. You can pull that down and then do some crazy stuff to him. Yep. So that's basically for this movement around here. Then we've got, these do look like ribs, don't they? They do. And this will bend him from side to side. Rotate doesn't do anything on these, because it's got nothing to rotate. It's basically just moving his spine. If you imagine there's a bone up here, and this moves it. These two up in here aren't quite so self-explanatory. I didn't really make them look like anything, but they are shoulders. So if you wanted to make him shrug, you could. You can, or if you wanted to make him appear slightly strange and deformed, you could give them a few twists. Yeah, so then obviously this is a head. It's a bit complicated for a head, and I should probably just change it to make it into a circle, like a single circle, which I might do at some point, but for now that will do fine. It only rotates, so you can't drag the head away, so even if I press the G key to grab it, it just goes straight into rotate, which means that you can't stretch his neck out or anything, which can be useful, and I don't intend to do anything where I stretch his neck, so that's absolutely fine. Then I'm going to miss out these and go straight onto these mittens, which, as you can see, are basically the same as what we had on this big foot bone down here. It moves the whole of the arm, bends the elbow for you, does pretty much everything you could want. And then this is obviously the same as the knee, so this will rotate his elbow around however you like. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, I'm just going to clear out the rotation and location of them. And that is the rig. A tiny bit about the model, I guess. I haven't taken off a mirror modifier, so it's still only, I'm still only editing one side, as you can see there. Horns. So it's just a really simple base mesh. I've got a subsurf modifier applied to it and a mirror, so I only have to work on one half, and it's duplicated on this half. It's not very high poly at all, even with the subsurf, and it's just basically a few tweaked cubes. I extruded it out and up along the arms and added in a few loop cuts here and there, and then plonked a UV sphere on top of the head. So it's a very simple model and a very simple rig to some of the stuff I've seen, but you know, I'm still quite proud of it. I still like it. So yeah, that is the rig. I've decided to call him Frank as well, so this is Frank. So let's get Frank to wave. Oh no, that's not waving. Hi, I'm Frank. So yeah, hopefully you'll see some animations with Frank soon.